I think we are live. I got some music for you, some intro music.
Passing it up now.
So, Mark Revier just did a live stream from the park in New York the other day. I don't know if you know who follow Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love whoever said that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing well out there. Bluebird, good to see you. Mike Rope, Fishing, Mike Rapp, good to see you. Mr. Tonic Amps, Kirk Henderson, what's going on? My friends, we're in a good mood tonight. We have a good friend with us today. Ross Tuggle, what's happening to you? Vance Ritchie, good to see you. Everybody grab a beverage, tune in. We got Nolan with us tonight. Enjoy a little Mark Revier live from New York City for the next 30 seconds or so. Mark, good to see you. Jim and Jesse, good to see you. This dude's so crazy. Rob Landy, Ryan Davis, what's happening, brother? Jesse James. I find it impossible to believe that anybody out there does not follow Mark Revier, that knows who we are on the internet. But if you don't, do yourself a solid and give him a follow.
He's amazing.
He is absolutely amazing. Friends, happy Tuesday. We have Nolan Taylor with us today. And Nolan, it is a pleasure to finally get to meet you, man. Thanks for coming on here.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is it's kind of surreal moment for me. So,
well, it's funny you say that because when you're so when your tune 68 was the one that like just blew up, right?
yeah.
Yeah. How many views do you have on that bad boy now?
Across all platforms, close to 5 million, I'd say.
Yeah. And so I started getting pings from left, right, up and down, left, right, up and down. And then I forget who told me. But one of my friends was like, "Oh no, he actually is he knows who you are." And I was like, "Get out of here." And then I actually went through like one of my it just happened the other day. I was searching to try to find your email in my email, and you actually sent me an email like
I did.
2 years ago or something like that.
Yep. I was asking like for practice tips and things.
Dude, it is just so cool for me personally. Like I love being a place where people find out about other people, but also a platform for other people and just all of that. And I just think it is just so cool for me personally to have someone just like in the community that's clearly so talented and then just getting some incredible recognition. So like all the props to you. I'm thrilled about all the ears and eyeballs that are hearing your stuff, man.
I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you so much.
Yeah, man. So where are you? Where are we talking to you from?
I live in Lexington, Kentucky now.
Okay.
I'm from a really small town in Ohio, but I just claim Cincinnati. But yeah, I live in Lexington.
Okay. How long you been there?
Since September.
Yeah. Do you like
Not
it?
too long. Nah.
Are you gonna stay?
No, I think once the lease is up, we'll probably be gone.
Where are you gonna go?
That's a good question. My band lives in Nashville, so
Yeah.
it'd probably make more sense to be able to go down and rehearse and things like that. But the world is my oyster right now. So
Yeah. So tell me about your band. I mean, how many people are in it? Like, is this like a newly formed kind of thing? Is this something you're putting together for like a new trajectory? Like, paint the picture for us.
well, it's a four-piece band, sometimes a five-piece. Um, I like to have keys with us when we can, but I just got a electric guitar player, drummer, bass player, and then myself.
Yeah.
And Yeah, it actually happened last year. I was supposed to do some shows out in Iowa in the management company that I was opening up for the person, and they had reached out and requested a full band. And I just posted on Facebook I needed a band for these dates, like coming up fast. And it happened to be one of my best friends already, who
Perfect.
was already a band. It was his band, and
Yeah.
he just reached out and was like, "What do you want to do? Like, you want to take the guys out? You want to take me out? Because he plays everything."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You name it." And I was like, "Let's just take the whole band," and we've been pretty much rocking ever since.
And so what does your summer look like? Are you guys touring around? Like, what can where will we be able to see you?
Um, I got some full band stuff coming up at the end of April. We're doing in Texas with a guy named J.R. Carroll.
Okay.
Um, plays with Zach Bryan. He's in his Zach Bryan's band.
Nice.
And
What does he
then
play in Zach Bryan's band?
I think he plays keys. He's a
Okay.
very good guitar player, but I'm pretty sure he plays keys for him. And um, then after that, I'm kind of hitting some solo stuff. We're doing some one-off headlines, and I think we're doing a headline thing in like Virginia, and we're doing some headline stuff, Georgia, Memphis, and but for the most part, I'll be on the road with Uncle Lucius.
Not too
For
nice.
yeah, I'm very excited about that. I got like 15 dates with them, I think, something like that, and then we're waiting to announce some stuff. We got a really cool show announcement on this Thursday, and
Awesome. Well, dude,
yeah.
I couldn't be happier for you, man. Um, if you guys are just tuning in, we got Nolan Taylor with us, and mods, if you would, uh, please share his links to his channel and Instagram. I think I put at least your website in the description, but
I appreciate it.
oh, absolutely. So as I told you before, and if you've been with us a minute, you kind of know how it works. I asked all my guests to kind of bring some music to share to the table, and so we kind of get to know each other by some of the tunes that we bring. So you shot me a handful, and which one do you want to start with, and why?
Um, let's start with the Bonavere one, the Heavenly Father one,
Yeah. Okay.
because it's all a cappella and it's just a beautiful, beautiful rendition of the song. It's pretty long though, I think.
Well, do you have a timestamp for me? You want to tee it up a little bit? It's 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was like 8 minutes. So
No, no. You want to start at the beginning?
wherever you want. Yeah, it's a beautiful song all the way through.
What in particular do you like about this song or about Bon Iver? Because I got to be totally honest with you. I mean I know who he is. I'm sort of familiar, but I've not done the deep dive.
I love the ambience that like so not necessarily all the time do you have to listen to what he's saying to understand what he's saying and feel what he's saying.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, let's hit the button, man. We'll go for a couple minutes here. This is Bon Iver, Heavenly Father here, and we're here with our friend Nolan Taylor. I did not see you coming with something like this. I love it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite videos. I probably watch this video more than any video.
Love it.
Ever
We'll
since
just
I
take it
heard
in.
the howling wind, I didn't need to go where a Bible went. But then your gift seemed heaven sent. Just lead me to a caller, Dad, that's the thing.
Jesse's washing buns.
I don't know how you house the sin.
But you're free now.
I was never sure how much of you I could let in.
Set me free now.
Won't you settle down, baby? Here your love has been. Heavenly Father, it's brought to you, Father. Or you don't carry other names. about a day where it dropped the note. To go another day as we learn to close. Cause I'm a known coward and a coward win.
But you're free now.
You turn around now and you count to 10.
See you go now.
Well, I know now, honey, that I can't pretend. Heavenly Father is brought to his autumn,
Yeah, dude, this is
and
great.
love is left in it. Cause I just been up here for goddamn years.
Can you see now?
Filling up holes with goddamn fears.
For sure.
I'm free now.
Well, I know about it, darling, I've been standing here. Heavenly Father is all that he offers, a safety in the end. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the show.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, I love that video.
I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah.
See, that makes me want to learn more. But yeah, like Tonic said, the bluegrass style and gospel too, but like there's gang vocals where you're coming in and out and
Yes.
mixing yourselves. Like that's like, I mean, you ever sing with people like that? You ever get to do anything like that?
No, I want to. That's like the end result. If I could have him produce one of my records, that would be the biggest dream of my life. I feel like that would totally represent what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the stuff that strip down, take it all away. You know, the acapella stuff and just the voices blending in real time and mixing yourselves. Like I've always been the most impressed with that out of any type of musicianship. Like that is just really the stuff, you know, and
I agree.
doing it in a big room like that when like the audience is quiet, like that's got to be just cooler than shit.
Yeah, it has to be. It's like the most magical moment. I couldn't imagine being there.
Yeah, no, no, I could not imagine being there at all. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday. We're with Nolan Taylor. If you're just tuning in, hit a like, hit a subscribe, check out his links in the comments, in the description. And so when you did that last video, man, I really liked how it was just you and you were just outside and you were just like belting it. And I guess what I want to ask you is how many songs do you have that visceral meaning to you? Where like I was watching you and I was just like, man, I don't know you. I don't know, whatever, but I believe you, and I know that that's what resonated with people and why it started to share and explode and everything. And I was just wondering, like, how many songs do you have in the bag like that? Like, how much material do you have? Are you like been doing this a really long time? Is this something new for you? Like, give us a little background.
I got a good bit of material, really. Nothing as emotionally driven and powerful as that one.
Yeah.
In particular, that one really takes it out of you, But
Yeah.
it's
Are you gonna do that one first or last in your set?
That's typically my closer. That's
Yeah.
the one where I have to close it out with because I'm just leaving it all out there, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I have a good amount of material. I've been doing this for a good while. I'm 30,
Okay.
and I started playing the bar scenes when I was like 18, 19 years old, and then kind of moved on. Started writing songs. I was doing like the cover stuff, and then I started writing songs in my 20s,
Yeah.
and then from that point on, it was just a snowball effect.
Yeah, right on. Now, where were you working in the bar scene? I know you told me before, but like what town?
Just kind of like outside of Cincinnati and some little
Okay.
areas around there and little small towns, and
Yeah,
yeah, just making do.
just grinding it out.
Yeah. And I was playing a lot of open mics, honestly. That's how I got started.
Yeah.
I would drive 4 or 5 hours just to play one open mic, 3 songs, and go home.
Yeah. So you always knew you had to do this.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you, brother. Which one you want to do next?
I'm trying to think of what the I sent you Charles Bradley, Pine Grove, and then what's the other one that I sent?
You got City in Color, and then the one that says
Oh,
like Let Recorded.
honestly, all of them. I love all of them. I think that if you want to go with like emotional, this is you can go with Charles Bradley. That's like the most emotional driven performance ever.
Okay. I love Charles Bradley. And I hadn't been turned on to him until he covered the Black Sabbath tune Changes.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful rendition.
Dude, what a great song. I actually, a little teaser for everybody that's watching. I'm about to drop a video which is like my 5 favorite genre defying covers, and that's one of them. You know,
Yes.
because it's like at the end of the day, I'm so firmly in the camp that, you know, if you can't do it with a voice and a singular instrument, if you can do it with just a voice, yes, but if you can't do it with a voice and a singular instrument like a guitar or piano, you probably don't have a song, you know.
I
And
get that.
yeah, and hearing Charles do that song, I mean, it's just guitar accompaniment, and then if you hear, you know, Ozzy do it, I mean, it's basically just Iommi on piano, and it's just such a cool thing. So I'm excited to see this because I don't believe I've seen this one. So this is "Lovin' You, Baby" live on KEXP,
This is insane.
dude. From the beginning, just take it.
Yeah, that's that. Wherever you want to.
All right, let's do it. No, Puddles War Pigs does not make that list. But I'll tell you what, it is impossible to come up with these top 5 lists. It's absolutely
imagine.
impossible. But it's fun. Here we go. I'm very excited to see this. I love him.
Me too. God rest his soul.
Wait a minute. Did he die?
Yeah, he passed away of cancer.
Didn't even know that. How long ago was that?
I think a few years back now.
Damn.
Yeah, so sad. I got to see him live like the year or two before he passed away.
Did you? And how was it?
Exactly what you're about to watch.
All right, hit the button.
Loving you, baby, when you're holding me, baby, I feel so real. Oh,
Glad you dig it, Dirty
oh,
Shay.
baby,
Good to see you.
when you're kissing me, baby, ooh, it feels so real. Oh, oh, baby, all my life I've been searching for love, moaning for love, giving everything I know. Oh, oh, baby, when you touch me, baby,
Thank you, Fish Tank. Good to see you, brother.
heart skips a beat.
Oh, that looks so amazing.
Loving you have meant everything to me. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Every night when I look into your face, I know, baby, I know it's you that make my life complete. Loving you, baby. Oh, I can't get enough of you, baby. Can't get enough of you. I was crying when I felt your love. This time I know it's for real, baby. No more bad dream, baby.
I love that story.
No more afraid to open the door, let you in.
That's some Reverend Al Green stuff.
Love
Yeah,
you,
he was like
baby.
kissing all the women on the cheek in the front row after his set and crying, bawling his eyes out.
Really?
Amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. It moved me.
I feel so, oh, baby. Kissing me, baby. Ooh. Every night
Thank you, Del Medico.
when I look into
Appreciate
your
you, bro.
face, I know, baby. I know it's you that make my life complete. Oh, I can say, baby. I'm gonna love you, baby, for the rest of my life. Nobody but you and you against the world. Oh, baby, for the rest of my life. I really mean it, baby.
Thank you.
I love you.
I appreciate it. Old Charles.
Yeah.
That's his whole set. Every song he did was just like that. It was amazing.
You know, I just love that too. I mean, I haven't done a deep dive on all of his work, but I would imagine that, like you said, all the songs are just this outpouring from the heart, like can barely contain it. And I love that about that like period of music and like those types of soul artists, like where it's just like, I'm not gonna make it. Like I don't know what to do, and I'm just putting it out there because I have to do something instead of this. No, I'm fine. Everything's all right. You know, like
Yep.
I don't need anything. You know, I'm strong. It's the exact opposite. It's I don't know what the hell to do, and like I'm just, and I'm sitting here crying in front of you because that's the only thing I know what to do. But god damn it, it's real.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's what I love about artists like that. Yeah. All right. You're batting 1,000 right now.
Well, it drops totally on its face from here.
Good. I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, again, happy Tuesday. If you're just tuning in, we have our friend Nolan Taylor with us. I'm sure a lot of you have seen his videos. They're going viral around the internet. He's been in the community for a couple years now, so that just makes me feel over the moon. If anybody out there has any questions, Nolan, if you're all right, let's open it up
Yeah.
to a question or two. And if you can see anything on the side that comes through that speaks to you, you can just fire it off at me, and I will probably just click it. But yes, his links are in the description. And Mods, thanks for keeping it clean, keeping it safe, and sharing his links as well. And yeah, Bluebird. Yeah, anybody in the community that hasn't gotten on the Discord, check it out. There's a hell of a lot of activity over there. And so if you play guitar, you automatically get in the Discord just by being a member of GuitarGate, which is the #1 way to support the channel. You get to take lessons and all that good stuff. Pick what comes next on YouTube. But if you don't play guitar, there's a little join button in the bottom of YouTube, like under the video, and you can access it that way too. So, Ken Smith, here's a layup for you. An impossible question. What are your biggest musical inspirations?
That is very tough. But
Pick a couple. However you want to tackle that softball.
I would say vocally, Otis Redding.
Yeah.
And then lyrically, probably John Lennon.
Yeah.
I like how emotional he writes. In my opinion, is one of the greatest writers ever.
Absolutely. I'm so happy you said Otis Redding, man.
That is who I wanted to be.
Yeah. Now, how'd you get into that style of music? Did your parents play it? Did you have an uncle, cousins? I mean, and how young were you when you got exposed to that? I mean, the stuff that you're playing is deep stuff. Where'd that come from?
Well, my dad has a very broad range of taste, I guess you could say. So, I mean, he introduced me to Otis extremely early.
Yeah.
Grateful Dead was his favorite. It is his favorite band of all time. Now mine and my brother's. So it's like anywhere from like jam bands to country. He loved like Johnny Paycheck was from just right outside my hometown.
Okay.
Like love Johnny Paycheck. Love that old country stuff, and I love rock. Rock is really what kind of got me into music. I've been surrounded by it my whole life, and then my brother and I are about the only ones who really ever played.
Yeah. Yeah. Dirty Shane, I would agree with you too. St. Paul and the Broken Bones is a great modern group from that vein. You hip to
Agreed.
them?
Yeah, I agree. They're great.
So you said so you and your brother and your dad, the Grateful Dead's your favorite band, all three of you.
Yeah, it just kind of happened that way. It was like more of it's honestly a band I don't ever tell people that it's my favorite band, because it's not like I don't wear like Grateful Dead memorabilia or anything like that. But that's my go-to, my go-to band.
The reason why I wanted to circle back on you saying that is because I'm fairly new to the scene, if you will, but
I've noticed.
Yeah,
you've said that in your videos.
Yeah, but the thing that stands out to me more than anything, that resonates with me more than anything, is Robert Hunter's writing.
Writing, yeah, absolutely.
It's the songs, man, and I gotta ask you, are there some give me like a deep cut or two that you think that maybe I haven't found, or just one of your favorite just like songs, like lyrical pieces that come to mind? Is there? I'm no putting you
Honestly,
on the spot.
yeah, that's a tough one. My favorite lyrically written, probably like my favorite. I don't know. This is hard to explain. My favorite like later Grateful Dead song is "Standing on the Moon." Love the way it's written. I think it's one of the best written songs ever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I'm more of a listen to like 45 different versions of every song type of Grateful Dead fan, you know? So like Loser 1977 in Atlanta is probably my favorite Loser version of all time. Actually, that whole Dick's Picks actually I can't remember what volume it is, but that whole show in Atlanta in 77 is probably my favorite collective Grateful Dead show.
Yeah. Now you're gonna make me want to go listen to it. I'm doing
I'll send it to you after this.
Send it to me. Okay, so I'm doing a podcast. God damn it! I know. I hope the people that invited me on the podcast don't watch this because I don't remember the name of the podcast. But the point of the podcast is to bring like your favorite versions of songs, and then the community guesses which one it is. You know?
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
What?
So basically, so you put a set list together, and you can pick, you know, this Althea and whatever, and then
Wow.
people vote on and pick and see like if they get it right or not. It's like this cool thing, and it's happening like in a couple days, and I'm like, this is what happens when you be on the spot. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
the same way. I blank as soon
Oh,
as you said that. I was like, oh no, what am I gonna go with here?
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll give you one. I think my favorite deep cut, lyrically wise, or just from the song that I haven't heard many versions, but I've always loved is Must Have Been the Roses.
Oh goodness, yes. Have you ever heard Elvis Costello's version of that?
No, but we're gonna do it right now.
I'm almost positive. I'm almost 100% positive Elvis Costello is the one who did it.
Well, let's see. Let's see if it's a thing.
My brother would know.
Here at Gathering of the Vibes,
Yeah, I think so.
let's go on a tangent, shall we? You okay with tangents every now and again?
I love him.
Let's see.
And he sends his regards to you all.
Yeah, Elvis Costello does a killer version of this song.
And he laid her head down in the roses.
Wow.
He sounds pretty rough live, but
Ribbons in her long brown hair. I don't know, maybe it was the roses.
He totally jumps that arrangement there.
yeah, I know.
All I know is I could not leave her there. I don't know, it must have been the roses. The roses and the ribbons in her long dark hair.
Gene.
I don't know, maybe it was the roses. All I know is I could not leave her there.
There you go.
So where I heard it was like when you go back, when you searched it, there
Yeah.
was like a Grateful Dead album that was just a ton of different bands doing them.
Stolen Roses. Yeah.
Stolen Roses. So the album version of that, very good. He doesn't jump around so much. Check that out on a later day.
As you do.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You got a question for you. This is from Anthony Nolan. You do guitar first, lyrics first, or you go back and forth? Are you a person that follows the same path every time, or tell us about that.
That all varies for me. Depends on if I'm sitting around playing a lot of guitar. I'll just write songs, and it just kind of happens like that. But a lot of times I'll be in the shower and I'll think of a line, jump out real quick, and start trying to work it out. But for me, I always have an idea. Like for 68, like speaking, I had an idea of what I wanted to write about. I was, very frustrated at the time, obviously. And so like I knew there was a point in time that I was going to put that exact thing down on paper. Not exactly the song, but I just knew the idea in which I wanted to come out. So I'd say that's probably my most used process there.
For such a deep personal song, was that something that once you began it, it came quickly, or did you have to chisel that out for a little bit?
That one, as soon as I started it, I finished it in one sitting.
Yeah, that was my gut feeling. And then did you put off starting it for like years?
A good while, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I put off playing it live for a long time.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Well, more power to you, man. Uh, Obviously, I'm sure it has to feel. I don't know if good is the right word, but like you're happy that you put it out there and you wrote it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's changed my life for the better. It's gotten a lot off of my chest, and
Hell yeah.
it's just, it's helped me out. And honestly, it's not
And
even
other
has
people too.
I was gonna say, it has very little to do with me.
Hmm.
The most remarkable thing for me is the amount of people that come to me like, "You have saved my life," or "That song right there single-handedly has changed me forever." And it's like, that is the most bizarre thing in the world to
There's
me.
been people in the chat tonight that chimed in with something similar.
That's so crazy to me. I'm so appreciative. Like, never in a million years did I think that this song would have done that for people, you know?
Well, it's an interesting thing because I read a lot about this subject. It's one of the reasons that I keep this book on my desk, The War of Art. If you've never read it, with where our real goal in whatever we create, as long as we're creating something that only we create, is to try to make it as pure and authentic to us as possible. And you don't always know what it's going to mean to other people and how it's going to resonate or whatever. But like the Charles Bradley thing, but the purity will come across, right?
Absolutely.
And that will ring a bell with someone in a way that you would have no idea. You could never fathomed it when you made it. But the fact that you chose to go all in on yourself and make something that only you could make to the best of your ability, that rings true regardless of who you are and where you come from and what you've been through. You know?
I appreciate that.
It's true.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I appreciate that though, really.
Yeah. No, it's um true. You know,
Yeah.
in whatever we make and whatever we do. It's so easy to get caught up in making stuff that you think other people want,
Yeah.
or someone tells you want it because you got to make a living and do this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
We're all guilty of it. I know. I'm sure shit guilty of it. And but the stuff that seems to, have the biggest ripple in the pond that means the stuff to the most people are the things that tend to be created as a matter of like, I have to make it.
Yeah.
I can't not make it. It's the thing that it's like bleeds out of you, and it's not just the scripted thing. Now, some people are very successful, spending forever and ever, scripting this perfect, beautiful thing. But man, the stuff that just like when you were like singing it and you were just like, it was like shaking. Like I just make, man, I believe. So just like that, stay on that vein is my point. Anybody out there that is a creative person that makes stuff, an artist or whatever, however you view yourself, try to stay on that vein. I'm telling me too.
Yeah. I honestly, I try very, very hard.
I
But
bet.
that's the number one reason why I even wrote songs in the first place, to be honest. There's some of my favorite songwriters for no reason really kind of broke me. And it was like, I want to do that to other people. Like, this is my favorite thing that I love the
Yeah.
Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead is great feel good music. And especially as a young kid, when they're your favorite band, you're not necessarily listening to how deep their songs are. You're
That's
listening
right.
to the jams and everything like that. So it's like when I found my favorite solo guys and my favorite acoustic guys, I was like, wow, their songs themselves, just the guitar in this guy can just really, or girl, either way, but it just break me down.
And to that point, isn't it also funny how the same song can resonate differently with you when you're in different seasons of your own life, right?
Absolutely.
That's what's really wild.
Yep.
Is someone can make something and it means so much to the 16-year-old version, and then the 42-year-old, and then the 81-year-old
Yep.
version, and they're like for totally different reasons, but it's the same expression, this artistic expression. That's what
Couldn't
really,
agree more.
that stuff really blows my mind.
Yep, same here. I'm finding that a lot now that I'm older, because I went so many years without listening to classic rock and everything like that,
Sure.
because it was like that's all I listened to as a kid.
Sure.
And then I kind of branched out into my own thing, obviously started writing my own music and being my own artist and being inspired by people in my genre. And so now I find myself revisiting all of these old songs, and I'm like, wow, they hit me a whole different level now.
Totally.
It's amazing. It's like
it-
refreshing.
It is amazing. On that note, hit us with something else. You got a couple more here.
We can do either one of them. They're about the same vein. It's just acoustic guitar and singing. They're both the Dallas Green one, the City and Color one.
I'm gonna do that one.
I was gonna say I get compared to him a lot, and he's one of my early inspirations. So like his tone and things like that.
That, you know what? I don't think I've ever made that connection, but that's true. Now Dallas Green, I am very familiar with, and I'm a huge fan of.
Good, that's awesome. I love Dallas, man. He's like my dream to go on the road with him. It's like he's the one.
Yes. I have a very close friend that's very close friends with him, and she's done a bunch of recordings. I will send him this, and maybe the universe will sprinkle some fairy dust on it.
Wow, that would be wild.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've never met him, but I'm very, very close with someone who's very, very close with him. And from everything I've ever heard, he's an amazing, just as an amazing human being as he is an artist. So
that's what I've honestly heard the same stuff, and you can kind of tell through his music. I would be shocked if he wasn't.
Yeah, I'd be shocked. All right, so this is Of Space and Time. Why'd you pick this one?
I think it's just it's just a perfectly well written song, kind of like about the same type of stuff I deal with, I reckon. And then his vocals are just spot on. This is my favorite form of music is an acoustic guitar and a singer. I don't necessarily like having a band all the time, so
yeah,
this is like it. This is that representation.
On that note, though, when you, and I know things will move and things will change, but when you bring a band out on tour and you're doing shows, will you still do a couple tunes where it's just you and the acoustic? Is that the plan?
Sometimes. It just depends on a lot of these ones that we're doing full band stuff. Mostly they're opener slots, so we're on the stage, off the stage, so I don't want to have to tear down,
Yeah. I'm curious to see the arrangements that you choose to go with.
I will say this. I've played with a lot of players, and I would not choose a single band in this world over my guys right now.
I love it. I love hearing that. All right. I can't wait to see it. All right, City and Color of Space and Time. Here we go.
In Ontario, where I'm from, the guy who owned it, he had a really great old guitar collection, and he had this Washburn Parlor from 1910. Like, I was so scared to play it. I was like, this guitar is older than...
You're gonna break it.
Thankfully, it was a really quiet song.
Do you mind if I take a picture?
No, of course not. Do you want me to look at it, or you want to... You want like a more of a candid shot?
There's a murder of crows
Voice band.
Killing.
flying high overhead on this desolate road. Will I tend to forget about you and I in our fight to survive through this thunderous life? When we're not side by side, I'm roaming through the hills all alone. I'm trying to find my direction home. A question
Great
of
change.
space,
Love it.
matter of time.
Changes the ear of the whole song.
Follow the stars until the first light. Well, I don't know what drugs to take to successfully alter the state that my mind has been in as of late. But something is eating away at my brain. There's an elephant in the back of the room, and it's standing in plain view. Everyone can see that it looks trying to find my direction home. A question of space, a matter of time. Follow the stars until the first light.
His new album's really great too. Honestly, I've listened to it a handful of times now.
You know, I haven't listened to that yet, but I'm going to next. You're gonna send me on another rabbit hole here. Next time I go to my truck, that's what I'm gonna fire up there. Yeah, I've always been a fan of Dallas Green.
Me too. Just great songwriting, great vocalist, great. He's right there, the epitome of what I think real emo music is. Honestly, like he pulls out every emotion in the world in anyone who listens to his music.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right, I am pulling up your tour schedule. I know you got something you're dropping soon. I'm just trying to see. Someone just said that your Pittsburgh show is sold out.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is sold out with 49 Winchester on Friday. I'm playing in Oxford tomorrow, Columbus, Ohio on Thursday.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if you'd ever do this, but if you ever cruise through the Mid-Atlantic and you want to jump in a studio and do something for my channel, I would be honored to do that.
Absolutely. That would be insane.
Dude, so let's figure it out, man.
All right.
So
Sure.
I'm in Baltimore. I don't know. I'm sure you now are starting to get like a whole crew of people that are getting you gigs and all that type of stuff, but I can help locally with there too. But if you ever wanted to come through and make a proper video on the channel and be showcased, like I would love to do that. You can do it with your band. You can do it anything you want.
What? That would be awesome. Yeah, seriously,
sold.
that would be killer.
Yeah, I would love to. I would seriously love to do it.
We'll do this. We'll set that up after tonight's live stream.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it is very surreal that I'm even here right now on this, let alone doing one, at the studio, and that would be sick.
It's wild how the world turns, isn't it?
It really is. My brother's the reason why I'm here, actually. So like, he's the
Tell me
one who
about
turned
that.
me onto your channel.
Okay.
He started playing guitar before me, so like, he was like, dude, you got to check this guy out. He does the best videos because he teaches you how to play them and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I was like, no, I don't learn like that. And then I started watching your stuff, and I started learning theory accidentally. And I was like,
Accidentally.
because every time you talk about something, every couple videos, it would start to click what you had said prior and stuff. And I was like, wait. And then I started actually looking into theory some, and it's just like connected so many dots. And opposed to that, like on the other end, is like for years I was trying to just learn theory and I couldn't. It was like the hardest part. But like after I started watching all your videos, it all just started coming. I'm not great at it, but it's like such an outlet. And you are the first teacher that I've ever been able to like actually learn from over the internet. So
Man, you just made my month. That's fantastic to hear. I mean, I've said it so many times, over the years and whatever, but theory changed my life, because, I didn't grow up with a great ear. So I basically had to learn it the hard way and then have my ear catch up to kind of like my brain. And so I tell everybody, and I'd love to know your opinion on this from a songwriting perspective, that, for me, I've always thought theory got a bad rap because you're just learning the language and how to communicate with other musicians. And it was really, really helpful for me to learn how to do that from someone who grew up in Riffland, not actually like learning progressions and changes and playing over changes. I just was fucking riffing,
Right. Well, see, that's where theories helped me. I came on the opposite end. I picked up a guitar and learned 3 chords, and I was like, I'm going to write songs.
Yeah.
And then I put myself in a box where I only wrote songs out of 3 chords, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here.
Right.
So it's like learning theory made me realize, oh, I can go to this. Oh, I can do this. Oh, this will make sense if I do it like that. I can do a diminish here, or you know what I mean?
Right.
That's when it changed my whole. So like the argument of like, learning theory makes you less original. I'm like hell it does. It only opens up more avenues for you to be more original. You know what I mean? For me.
That's the quote.
That's
love it.
that's how it's changed. It has changed my life. Like I said, from being a 3-chord guitar player to actually trying to learn how to play the guitar and do it right, and then writing songs that fit that.
Love it, man. Love it. You made my day, man. Ashley says she's seeing you tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome. This one's going to be an awesome show. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah. All right. I think we got like one more. Joshua Blaylock. Man, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are the best community ever. I love it. All right. So the last one you have for us, what is this? It just says, let recorded in my apartment. What is this?
Yeah, it's like the band that I do tell everybody is my favorite band is a band called Pine Grove, and they're from New Jersey.
Okay.
They're like kind of a Midwest emo band, but what I fell in love with is his direct lyricism and he's so he's one of those artists, like there's a theme with every song I've pretty well picked tonight. In some way, it pulls emotion out of me entirely. And they're all totally different songs,
Yeah.
totally different genres, but they all, at some point in time, sitting alone, have broken me down. And so, Pine Grove is the band that consistently does that more than any band. The lead singer is a phenomenal songwriter, and then, they're just an emo band, so they obviously try to pull the emotion out of you. But
Yeah. Love it. All right. I don't think I know this band at all. So this is Pine Grove. And is the title really Let Recorded in My Apartment?
so the title was Let, and then they released this live version because it's a full band. So they released a live version of this, just recorded in his apartment after the album had dropped.
Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. See.
I let you down today.
Oh, I didn't expect it to sound that cool.
Calendar's a palindrome, with each second reflecting back around. Now that I
love that
know
song.
that I let you down. No, it's not mine no more. No, it's just born of this embarrassment. But it's been bearable, but it all compounds. Now that I know that I let you down. And now that I know that you changed your mind. Now I know you won't rely on me anymore. I know you can't confide in me anymore. I know you won't say hi when you see me around. Now that I know that I'll let you down.
The other guitar player is doing some tasty stuff.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
He is so good.
he's doing some stuff you could easily miss.
Yeah, he produces all their records too, so he brings in so many flavors.
And so I alternate.
I just want to reiterate that 'cause sometimes it gets lost in the flood
Absolutely.
of all the sound. The guitar player is playing some really tasty stuff. Some of his little runs and voices that he's choosing are so complimentary to the other guitar player. Like the other guitar player is doing a lot of stuff where he's got like the fifth in the bass and it like voice leads down on the sixth string, and he's staying way the hell out of his way. Playing some big spreads. Another great thing comes out in this verse. Dude stops playing.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. I can't stress that enough. This is one of the reasons I'm excited to see the arrangements you come up with your full band. It's like how often you bring it all the way back down and then drive, and then all the way back down and then drive. Little things I want everybody to pay attention to.
Between the sounds. Now that I know that I let you down. years away. I know it's time we let these leaves turn red, but I can't let this season lead me out. Oh, now that I know that I let you down, and now that I know that you changed your mind, now I know you won't rely on me anymore. I know you can't confide in me anymore. I know you won't say hi when you see me around. Now that I know that I let you down.
Wah, 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 wah. Very cool, man. That sounded great.
Yeah, I'm all over the place when it comes to like influences and things like that.
Dude.
That's kind of what I wanted to show the most.
Aren't we all? Well, on that note, we'll wrap it up. What comes through to me is, like you said, each one of the things that you chose meant something deep to you. It had like an emotional resonance that had nothing really to do with the genre, you know? And like that's the stuff that comes out when you're playing too and you're singing. And that's why you're popping right now, because you're speaking from that place. And so that's what I expected from you, man. I expected a bunch of stuff that I hadn't seen, but a bunch of stuff that like meant something to you that that was straight from here.
I appreciate that. That's what I'll try to do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing, you know. And I'm glad we got to talk deep there for a minute. And everybody out there, by the way, if you haven't given him a follow, go ahead and do that. Subscribe to his channel. Follow him on YouTube. I know you got a big announcement coming up soon, so we'll all keep an eye out for that. Anything else we should know? Anything else you got going on? You wanna plug? You know, the floor is yours, sir.
Not too much. I've been pretty much hurry up and waiting at this point with a lot of different things going on behind the scenes, and I have recorded a 6-song EP. So it was just a live in studio session that I did with Ray Kennedy in Nashville, and I'm excited to get that out. Right
on. Well, I can't wait to see and hear some new stuff from you, and we'll talk off camera, but I mean it. If you come through the Mid-Atlantic and you want to peel off a day and do something for the channel, I'll make it super easy for you and we'll have a blast.
Oh yeah, that's going to be awesome. I appreciate that.
No, we'll 100% do that. My friends, thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday evening. And as always, I love you. Take care of yourselves. And remember, don't just treat other people like you would treat yourself. Treat yourself like you treat other people, right? Be kind. Keep that guitar in your hands and just try to get a little bit better every day. It's what we're all doing. Cheers, my friends. See you soon. Nolan, hang tight.